Page 4, Echo Dance. Common time or 4/4 time. It's got one sharp in the key signature, so this is either in G major or E minor. And I'll save you the trouble and tell you it's in G major. Starting with the right hand. Let's get the notes and the fingering first. You're starting with your little finger on D, puts you in this position. And I'll just tell you up front, this is where you are for the whole piece. You're not moving around, you're just here. So just get the notes first. You got a D and then a B and then two Ds and then a B and then a G, A. Make sure you can say the names of these notes and just play them. Just get the notes. I'm not worrying about counting. I'm not worrying about rhythm. I just want the notes. Then when I'm comfortable with that, I'll go back and add the counting. It has a 1-beat pickup. That means we're coming in on beat 4. Because according to the time signature and common time, every measure's got to have 4 counts in it. Well, if you look at the last measure, it's got 3 counts in it. What they did is they chopped that measure and they put the last beat at the beginning. So we're coming in on beat 4. So it's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like so, and then there's just quarter notes and half notes. Hopefully you can count those. Now left hand. Left hand's got quarter notes all over the place. It's going crazy. So your first note is a B and your little third, fifth, that puts you here. For the whole piece you're going to be here. So get the notes first. Don't worry about the counting or the rhythm or nothing. You can hesitate all you want to. It doesn't matter. Make sure you know these notes. Make sure you know the names of them. B, D, G, B, A. Try and get to where you can play it without looking at the keyboard too, because you're not moving around. You just got to remember which finger's on which key. When you can do that, put the hands together. Here. 4. It's like you're using different fingers in each hand and all the time and everything's going nuts. Well, if you have to, you go back and practice it one hand at a time again until it's really the left hand that's causing you. The left hand is just going crazy here. It doesn't know what it wants to do. It's just what? So make sure you're comfortable with these notes in the left hand and then try it again with the hands together. Look at the second line here. It's here. Each hand is doing its own thing. Doesn't matter how fast you go. I might be going a little fast. You can take it really super slow. You go here. Just as slow as you gotta go, it doesn't matter. What you want to get to though is where you can play it with a steady beat. That can be a slow beat, but it's got to be a steady beat. Get rid of the hesitations. Practice that part where you're hesitating and get rid of the hesitation. You can speed it up later. Then let's add the articulation. That is the slurs and the staccatos and accents and junk like that. At the beginning we have a staccato. I'm just going to use a nice light wrist staccato here. Then it's slurs. Then lift up and then staccato. Slur. Then lift up between these slurs. It's just a little lift here. Here and then go on. Connect all this. Then at the end of the line, lift up before you go on. So there's a little silence there between the slurs. So at the end of the first line, you're here. The last 2 beats is you're here. And then lift up. And there's slurs in both hands, so we got to lift up both hands. And the second line, second measure, you're here. Lift up. Lift up. See, we want silence between each slur. Then when you can do that okay, and with the beat steady, go back and add the dynamics. It's loud at the beginning, and I'm recommending if you can, play the right hand loud and the left hand sort of a moderately soft here. So we want to hear this. That's what we want to hear. This part, keep that down, so it's here. Then you come down a little bit to moderately loud. That's the right hand. The left hand needs to be soft. Now, the second line, you're soft. That's the right hand. The left hand needs to be very soft. Now loud. That's the right hand. Soft. And there's a retardato in the last measure. So you slow down a little bit. So it takes time to develop the control to play one hand louder than the other. Do the best you can. If you can't quite do it now, don't worry about it. Just keep working on it as you go through the book. You will get better at it as time goes on. You really will, but you have to work at it. So I'm encouraging you to start now. One hand louder. And you can exaggerate that if you need to, just for practice. Just forget the dynamics in the music and just play one hand loud and one hand really soft. Exaggerated. If you play loud like that, claps your wrist on each one. And then just for kicks and giggles, switch it. Play the left hand loud and the right hand soft. That helps that feeling. You get that feeling of playing one hand louder than the other. And over time, you'll get to where you can control that really nicely in the music. It makes a big difference in the playing. Moderato speed is somewhere in the middle. About where I've been going, I think. Not fast, not slow, just somewhere in the middle. It's sort of like a power walk. If you were walking and you sort of knew where you were trying, it's not a stroll, it's a walk where you know where you're going. Left, right, left, right. Like so. That's my opinion of the speed. It'll be different speeds for different people. I would like to play it with you slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms, and you can do it with me one hand at a time if you need to. But we're going to go really slow, and I'm not going to do the louds and softs, the dynamics. I'm just going to play the notes. That's all we're checking here. I leave it up to you to add the louds and softs and turn it into music on your own. I'll give us 3 counts because we come in on beat 4. 1, ready, go. 3, 4.